Banter. Oh, my camera's already. Oh, there we go.
Oh, and we're live. It's cool
And
too, you
we're
know.
live.
Hold on.
Hey. Yeah, okay, this is our bit. So, Alex, oh my gosh, what have you been paying attention to pop culture news lately? What do you think about Taylor Swift and the NFL and those fandoms coming together?
Cares.
Cool, cool.
Cool.
Yeah. And have you heard about
Oh, what?
Taylor Swift is gonna have her concert in the movie theater and now Beyonce. Like, what do you think about that?
Cares. No. Well, are we gonna get into it? Because I really do want to
Let's
get into it. You
go.
gotta intro us.
That was our bit. Hey everybody, welcome to Fandom Social Live.
Mm.
I am Autumn, and this is my co-host, not Paul Hernandez. We have Alex Aronowicz sitting
Do I
in.
need a cardigan?
Yes, you do. You
Okay.
do. And
All right.
a little bit of
I
air.
have one over there. Yeah. Oh, here's my hair.
Yeah.
The hair. All I'll do is just do it with my beard. There, I got the Paul
I
hair
love
in
it.
my beard.
It's true. You guys are like inverted there.
Yeah.
I love it. So Paul is too lazy to be here tonight. So Alex was nice enough to sit in. So thank you so much. It's really great being on the show with you again.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I know. I love it. I love it.
So this Scotch tape is amazing. It's on sale.
I don't have this pen. Okay.
Okay.
Today, you guys, we have Daniel backstage. Hey, Daniel. Okay. Daniel's backstage, ready to help us out, and we are going to be talking about pop culture news today. If I can stay in focus, there we go. We're talking about pop culture news today. So just anybody who is brand new to the show, welcome. Fandom Social is our show where we take fandom and social and bring it together, like on Sesame Street, those episodes. Fandom social, fandom social, fandom social, bring it together, and we talk about where those things intersect, the things that you love and the communities that love them. So let's get into it. First of all, Alex, how have you been? What have you been up to? I'm seeing some new art back there that I didn't see last time we were on a show together.
Um, am I staying in character? I'm like, everything's terrible. Everything
Everything's
sucks.
terrible. Who cares?
Who cares? I got a little Olivia piece. I got another one coming in the
Nice.
mail. This is a cool.
Beautiful.
This is Evie being
Yeah.
tormented and being evolving
Mm-hmm.
into all Evie's forms
Mm-hmm.
in the most painful way possible.
That's so cute.
Yeah, but
It's
isn't it cute?
disturbing.
Look how pretty the
It's
colors are.
really, it's the prettiest, cutest torment I've ever seen.
Oh, and wait, look at this! Look at this wolf. Yeah.
Look at I'm doing some Jedi training. Got this at
Nice.
San Diego Comic-Con. Heroes and villains.
The
Shout out
rebel
to them.
symbols. They really didn't think about the placement of those rebel symbols for a girl's t-shirt. So
This shirt's ruined forever.
everything's great. Everything's awesome. I'm still as mature as I always have been.
I literally did not notice. And now I don't know if I can wear this shirt. I'm just going to scoot up a little bit so it stays out of frame.
Aren't you glad you invited me back?
So glad. Oh my gosh.
And scene.
I was about to say shout out to Heroes and Villains. Hey, you want to sponsor us? But I think now they won't.
Alex Aronowicz ruining sponsorships since day one.
Yeah. The interruptress and the ruiner. That's what we got.
Yes. That's what we got. Paul regrets everything. Anyways, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
All right, so today we are going to be talking about just some of the news that's going on lately in pop culture. And we're going to talk a little bit about next week's show, which I'm just going to give you a quick little intro. What's happening next week is going to be our next deep dive show. So for those of you who don't know, we were going live once or twice a month with a longer show, an hour and a half to 2 hours, where we covered the Explorathon, which is like our book club for watching, reading, and listening. We listen to albums, we listen to podcasts, we watch movies and TV shows, we read books and comics. We did that. We also did a deep dive topic, which was kind of like our thesis for that episode. And we also did pop culture news and different things. We have decided to break those up into a bunch of smaller shows so we can come and see you guys every single week. Thursdays at 5, sometimes 6. We're still working on that whole consistency thing. But so next week, we're going to be doing our next deep dive. And that's going to be something that we're going to touch on a little bit today. And we're going to deep dive next week. And that is when fandoms collide, AKA the Swifties and the NFLs. What do we call them? I'm going to call them NFLs from now on.
NFLs is a pretty good name for sportsters that
Yeah.
like the foosball, because we
Yeah.
all know foosball is the devil's game. But I don't know what you would call them. The
What do you guys
swellies?
think?
The swellies.
The swollies.
The swollies. Because they're all swole and they like Swifties.
Yeah.
So like swolies.
Like Beyonce's fans are called the Beehive. BTS fans are called Army. Taylor Swift's fans are called Swifties. And I feel like now that Taylor Swift, like Swifties, have invaded the NFL fans, I feel like the NFL fans now need their own name. So let's see. Sports Baltics.
Yeah.
Swift Ballers.
That's not.
Yeah, NFLs. Yeah, I like it.
I mean, it's also easy to just call them the NFL Taylor's version. Like everything's just Taylor's version.
I love it. That reminds me of a joke, Laura, and I'm gonna tell it to Alex, and he's gonna like it. He's gonna laugh so hard. So hard. Get ready. Brace yourself. What do you call when you combine an elephant and a rhinoceros?
What?
Elephino.
Oh,
did you miss me, Alex?
I did miss you.
Okay. Tenchi said, "Why not just call them the Foot Clan?" That's a good one.
30. I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles already have that on lock, so we can't really do it.
So
I don't
that's
know.
going to be our next.
What we call them.
Yeah,
that's an interesting.
I like NFLs. That's what I'm calling them. And if it catches on, you guys all heard it here first, and I started it because I'm an influencer. I'm a trendsetter. Everyone knows this. Just
turn into Alexis from Schitt's Creek. You're like NFLs.
NFLs. I love that for you.
I love that for you. I love that journey. I love that journey. Well,
so
cool.
That is next week's topic. We are going to be talking about fandoms colliding, not necessarily different fandoms coming together in a cohesive, peaceful way, but more like when they don't necessarily, go together and what happens when they collide. So one of the other examples that I was thinking about is Old Town Road, when Lil Nas X, he was like hip hop community and country, and it was a country song, and the country fans did not like that, and there was a lot of clashing happening. So
it's also like that other guy, the big guy that was on the big giant. I don't know his name. He's one of those big country, and he did Honky Tonk Badonkadonk, and the hip hop, and also people who are not completely terrible with their taste in music were all like, I don't like that. So Lil Nas X's Revenge, I fully support. I'm just 100%. Saying.
Okay, so Luna. Oh, thank you, Big Smo. Okay, so Luna says Trek versus Star Wars. So now here's the thing.
That's in the same.
Those people definitely, like, those two fandoms can definitely collide, but they've never been forced together because of some type of show or movie or experience of some kind, whereas Taylor Swift fans and NFL fans have been kind of forced together in like that.
Into a situation.
So like, what are other places where they maybe were not willingly pushed together to have the same experience? So it's interesting. I'm excited to talk about this topic next week. So we're going to deep dive, and you guys, if you have thoughts about other examples of that we could cover, throw that in the chats, and we will use that as our homework. Do our homework for us. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks.
But let's talk about pop culture news. You wanna?
I wanna.
Okay, go ahead.
I woke up this morning and I said, I want to talk about pop culture news.
You know what I live for is pop culture news.
Especially, I'm gonna take it from the top here. So,
Okay.
So Beyonce.
I feel like that's skipping ahead. Go ahead.
What do you mean? Isn't that what we're talking about?
You're right. And I think Go ahead and talk about it because I think I wanted to talk
No,
about
you make me. You made me feel like I'm doing the wrong thing. So you gotta lead me. Come on, guide me, boss.
No, you're right. I think what I was going to say before we're leading into this, I
Okay.
think it's kind of like I named the show Fandom Social Live Taylor's version, mostly to annoy Paul later when he sees it.
Okay.
Can't wait. He did not know I was going to do that. And also because that is kind of the cultural moment that is happening right now is Taylor Swift taking over the universe. I mean, not only her Eras
Yeah.
tour officially pushed her into being a billionaire, by the way.
Good for
So
her.
she
Yeah.
is a billionaire now, and along the way, she gave away hundreds of millions of dollars along the way,
Mhm.
and still ended up a billionaire. Did you
Yeah.
hear the whole news that she gave $1 million bonus to a bunch of the people on her team, like all the drivers of the trucks and the people who did hair and makeup and all those people got a $1 million bonus at the end of the tour as a thank you.
That's pretty great.
Yeah,
You
pretty
know.
generous.
Also the fact that she just has a private jet and just like every other night just flies home to just hang out at home with her
Uh huh.
private jet just because she's like,
Sure.
oh, I want to read a book. I'm just gonna fly home in my private jet. So I'm glad she did something good
Uh
with the money.
huh. She's
I listen.
yeah.
I'm not an anti Taylor Swift person.
Uh huh.
Okay, I just want to put this up at the top. I need to
Sure.
put this up at the top because if my niece catches this show and she thinks that I'm anti Taylor Swift, she will kill
She's
me.
gonna be
My
all
oldest
over
niece.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, she. But uh, um, I spent a lot of time listening to some Taylor Swift and enjoying it. I think
Uh-huh.
she's a great songwriter, a great performer. I
Great
enjoyed her stuff.
businesswoman,
There,
sure.
yeah, businesswoman.
Mhm.
I wasn't gonna get into that part because I'm not as familiar with all of that, but I do know she's got business. She's got business. So I have nothing
Mhm.
against Taylor. I have nothing
Yeah.
against her music, against her. I have a problem with cult of personality followings.
Sure. Sure. I think
That
that
is
that is
where it goes
definitely
for
an
me.
issue with her, and I agree that there is an issue that her fans can be unhinged,
Hmm.
and sometimes in a great way and sometimes not. I do know all about a lot of people, and I'm not saying that this is you, but a lot of people cannot stand. They are very angry, do not like her, don't want anything to do with her because of her use of a private jet. I don't know how she stands out any differently than other people who have private jets. Like, does people
Well,
expect her to fly coach? Do people expect her to fly first
no, no,
class on
no.
business? Don't know. But these stories of her using it willy nilly are what causes a lot of people to be very angry with her. And I understand that.
Right. I don't mind
So,
her having a private jet.
right.
Actually, I don't mind her having a private jet any more than I mind anyone else having a private jet. Because me with people with
Sure.
private jets, I'm like, what
Yeah.
But what bothers me is the way that people use private jets. And
Yep.
that person with the private jet tracker, I
Mhm.
followed them and I was like, and like people taking a flight that took them longer to wait for the flight to happen than they could have just driven there, but they had to take a private jet because they're so rich. Now
Yeah.
she's not that bad, but no,
Mhm.
Tenchi, I would not use a private jet to fly back home because I would feel exceptionally, disgustingly guilty about
Sure.
it. Unless
Okay.
I was taking like 40 people with me and be like, yo, you need a
Yeah.
ride? That was a me.
Yeah.
Why do flights cost so much? Like you're going my way anyways. Can you just like bring me? Like I would be that person, be like, yo, just
Uh-huh.
get your yeah.
So,
Who else
mhm.
needs a ride? Who else is waiting here? All right, you come
Let's
with me.
go.
Let's go.
I think that yeah, it's complicated because she definitely does have a private jet and she does use it for all of her travel and she does travel a ton. I think people having an opinion on whether each time she travels is worthwhile is not really for anyone else to decide. And again,
Yeah.
I don't think she's a saint. I think that she's a human being. I think that her not only was she giving away all this money to her crew, but like every city she toured in, she was dumping millions of dollars into public services like homeless
Good.
shelters, battered women shelters, food banks. Like
I
she's
love her.
so like good and bad.
Yeah.
So like, yep. Anyway, the whole topic is that now that she has been starting dating Mr. Kelsey, what's his name, Travis Kelsey. So now there's this whole thing happening on top of she announced her movie that she's taking her concert, and it's going to be in the theaters. And I have a question. Like Alex and I were talking about this a little bit before the show, and I want to talk about it with the audience.
Okay.
So, as you guys know, there's something called Fathom events that happen, I believe, all over the country in movie theaters,
Yes.
where there'll be like the opera, concerts, different like Broadway shows, anything like concerts like that, where they'll be playing in the theater.
Classic anime
Yep.
movies they
Yeah.
bring, you know?
Yeah. So like these live performances being shown in theaters is nothing new. Like
Right.
that's been going on for a very long time. But yeah, Doctor Who episode, Steve says, yeah. But the idea of a live performance of something being shown in the theater has been around a long time. So, but the thing I've said is I've never heard anybody talk about it. It's not something impactful culturally. But Taylor Swift announces that she's going to do it. And it's not, is that the same thing as Fathom events? It's just a more famous person? Or is it different? Right. Is it actually like a movie? What do you guys think?
The thing is, and I'm going to chime in with this while people are getting their opinions together. So I just want to put out there that GWAR in 1991 had Tour de Scum. I mean, sure, it was only a VHS release that like 12 people bought, but they were doing it before Fathom events was a thing.
Well, I feel that almost all these big concerts have released a video that you could buy on DVD or that you could watch. Like it's been a thing that you can watch it at home. And then there's a lot of them that you can go watch them on Fathom. Like I feel like there's been other concerts so you could go on Fathom events and watch it. So why is this different? It's not a live, sorry, Steve, no, okay. He said it's just a concert film. Is it a live event that's being broadcast? No, and none of the Fathom events are live. They're all pre-recorded.
They have actually had live. They have had, I think, live Fathom events. I think there was a Monty Python one.
Okay, there might have been a live. So occasionally there's some live, but most of them are. It's recorded live. It's recorded all in one. But sometimes they'll like the Hamilton movie is very similar to what would have been shown in a Fathom. Like they record it and they might edit together different. If it's a Broadway show, they might edit together several different performances into one best performance and show that.
Right.
But
I think the Met is live.
Is it?
Yeah, but Taylor Swift is, I think, going to be just like most concert videos, like you're saying, like most concert videos or most tour videos where they will chop up the best from each one. I don't think it's one show, but it's definitely not live.
The difference is how this was marketed, I think. I think it's the same thing as a Fathom event concert, but it was marketed. Like she announced, hey, it's going to be in theaters. Here's the date. People bought tickets. It's a big cultural event in a way that most Fathom things aren't a cultural event that is on the radar of anybody,
Yeah, except for like, like if it's like a Rocky Horror or something like crazy.
Yeah, but even that's not like huge news. It's just like, oh yeah, Rocky Horror is going to be the thing and people go.
We're talking about Taylor Swift though, because remember, we're not talking about, and I hate, I'm not like, blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to, I know she's not as big as GWAR, but
no one is.
Taylor Swift is a phenomenon. Right, I was gonna say her and Beyonce are phenomena, but she like politicians are scared of her.
Oh yeah, because she announced like, hey everybody go register to vote, and it like crashed the register to vote site and they got 35,000 people in one day. So politicians are like,
they're terrified of her. So she's not your garden variety superstar. You know what I mean? Like, yes, was David Bowie huge when he was abusing? Absolutely. If he got on TV and said, do this, would a billion people just do whatever he said? No. Taylor Swift has a unique, not 100% unique, because but she's one of very few people that has that kind of hold where she could fill a theater.
Yeah. The thing that's funny to me is some of the memes and jokes and tweets and things that have been going around about this whole NFL Taylor Swift thing. And one of my favorite ones was saying that she loaned out her stadiums to the NFL for their Mojo Dojo Casa houses for the season.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let them borrow it. It was nice of her to allow them to use her stadiums because she sold out all the stadiums.
So let me ask you a
And they
question. I
can't
mean,
fill them.
not to get too off topic, but
Yeah.
so we're gonna just assume that Taylor Swift's next album that she's gonna write in 3 months after she breaks up with this guy that she like casually talked to for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
is gonna be her next
All that.
huge
Yeah.
breakup, heartbreak, destroyed.
Yeah.
She talked to him for like 5 minutes, and she's just like, well, and is it going to be called the NFLs? Like maybe that'll be
Yeah.
the thing, and we'll
Yeah.
get money
And
for
it'll
it.
be because of me. There was the funniest video I saw, like they were reenacting the two of them hanging out at the house. And she's like, honey, could you do the dishes? He's like, you know what? I had like a really hard day. Can I do it tomorrow? And she's like, no problem. And she just
Yeah,
starts writing lyrics to a song. He's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And he
yeah,
starts doing the dishes.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. So now, I think that sets the stage for the first bit of pop culture news. Take it away now, Alex. Now that we've set the
I will
stage.
see. This is how you lead. I'm going to talk about Beyonce.
Mhm.
Beyonce, not to be outdone,
Mm-mm.
right? Is bringing her Renaissance tour to theaters.
Mhm.
Now, that's why I had said that Taylor Swift is not unique, but she's one of
No.
very few people
Yeah.
who has that sort of gravitas, that sort of pull. Yes, raise your hand. Yes, Autumn in the back.
Do you think that Beyonce is doing this because Taylor Swift did that, or do you think that this is becoming a new trend that in the industry to combat some of the, you know what I mean, to become a part of a tour now, and that she was just the first one to have announced it, Taylor Swift, and Beyonce's the second one.
Right. And obviously, I don't think that Beyonce was like, oh, Taylor's doing it. I'm going to do it.
Right.
But I think possibly behind the scenes, this is not something that was decided in like a day, right? They
Yeah.
Taylor Swift's not like, oh, I just want to put it in movie theaters, and it was all done
Right.
in one day. This has all
Yeah.
been so I'm sure the news traveled like, yo,
Yeah.
this is a thing, and these are two musicians who sell out so quickly their
Yeah.
concerts. People are devastated to miss it, that they see the unique opportunity for all those people who cannot make it, that they're like,
Right.
we can serve this community, we can
Yeah.
serve our fan base that can't all make it because of scalpers and whatever. Even though
Right.
I signed up for the Taylor Swift stuff for my niece, by the way. I
Yeah.
signed up for it. I was going to go with her to Wembley Stadium, but thankfully I didn't have to. Um,
I will tell her I will take her next time because I have
no, no,
literally
no,
no one
no.
to go with me.
She succeeded in getting her tickets, and like, no, I have no
Yeah.
problem going. I would have had a great time, but I don't. That's traveling and all this stuff I don't want to do. But Beyonce has the similar situation, so
Yeah.
I don't think it was like Beyonce's like Taylor did it. I want to do it. It's not like
Yeah.
this is something that could be worked out in like a
Right.
day. This is something that had to have been planned over months.
Involved.
So
Yeah. I
yeah,
think you're right. I think it's just kind of the way that Tenchi says now that the two of them have done or are doing it, it's now going to be a regularly occurring thing with major bands. And I think you're right. I think it
Metallica
might
did
just
it.
yeah, I think it could be just how the industry is evolving where that becomes just like par for the course of a tour. You do the tour, you release the tour in theaters, and that's another benchmark of how your tour did. So,
Yeah.
how many places did you play? Did they all sell out? So how much money was made there? And then how many days and is the movie going to be like a special release one day like a concert would be, or is it going to end up being like theatrical releases where they're playing for weeks depending on how well they do? And I
Oh, I
can't
don't know about
remember.
that.
Yeah,
I
because
think
Taylor Swift, I think, is just the one day, the 13th,
I
I
think it's
think.
just the one day. And by the way, and just to talk, I was pulling it up because I remember Metallica did a 2 night Metallica M72 World Tour from Texas. 2 hours, it
Yeah,
was 245, and it was in theaters
yeah.
for 2 nights,
Okay.
broadcast live. By the way, that
Interesting.
was broadcast live, and that wasn't a Fathom event.
Hmm.
So, so
Yeah,
this is like Tenchi said, this is going to be the future
yeah,
of reach, because
yeah,
you know people are buying DVDs, people are buying Blu-rays, people are buying the digital
yeah.
versions. People are filming it with their
Oh,
phones. Like people are getting every version.
Thank you, Tenchi. He said,
3
no, the Era
weekends.
Tour and because the thing is, like, I just noticed that there's other concerts, like on Netflix, you can go on right now and watch her Reputation tour. It's already there. So how is this different? Is the fact that it's going to be in theaters? Okay, I want to talk about, thank you, Tenchi, for that. I appreciate it. I want to talk about a little bit of the culture that I've seen the Swifties talking about this going to the theater and how it's going to be different, I think, than a Fathom event or like sitting and going and seeing it in a way that we may have seen it, is that Swifties are treating this like the concert experience. So the culture of her concerts are that, and I've just learned this. I've never been to a concert, but I'm fascinated by this whole thing. So I'm very much watching social media to see what the conversations are like. The culture is that Swifties apparently at concerts, they dress up for each other, for themselves, for Tay Tay. They dress up. They call her Mother. They dress up for Mother.
Okay.
They exchange friendship bracelets. So you go with friendship bracelets and change them. That you're very
I'm okay
much
with that.
encouraged to go by yourself if you don't have anyone to go with, and that other fans will welcome you and bring you into their community as to watch the show together and exchange bracelets. There are, just like with lots of like, I know BTS Army has this too, where certain songs, they have certain things. It's almost like Rocky Horror Picture Show, where there's certain
Yeah.
things that cue you to do certain things, or certain things that you say during certain songs. Some songs you stand up, some songs you don't. So they were talking about, do we do these things in the theater as if we're at the concert? And they all agreed universally, yes, we treat this like we're at the concert. We say those lines, we sing those things, we do those dances, whatever they are. So, like,
Laura, I'm just also finding out that they call
yeah,
Taylor
me
Mother.
too. It's tongue in cheek, but they do it.
Because I'm thinking
Yeah,
about the Barbie movie, which someone had said like, "Oh, I saw the Barbie movie like it was a bad
yeah,
thing." I saw the Barbie movie 4 times in
yeah,
theaters,
yeah,
but where Will Ferrell says, "Call me mother," she's like, "That's okay."
yeah,
That would be me at Taylor Swift concert, where they'd be like,
yeah,
"Call her mother." I'd be like, "I'm okay."
yeah. Oh, Tenchi has brought up that, like, Lady Gaga fans, Monsters, thank you. They also have a fan name. They call her Mother or Mother Monster. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's yeah, it's a
not
thing.
me.
But yeah,
I'm good.
some fans also call her Mommy.
Oh, oh, no.
So my question is, like, is this going to become a cultural thing that makes it stand out from Fathom events, where fans go to these films and act as if they do the same culture of the concert? You know, like,
I
I'm
support it.
betting, I'm almost positive that Beyonce fans must have also similarly have
Oh,
their own culture for attending
they
the
do.
show.
They do. Former coworker Lauren, shout out to former coworker Lauren. I follow her on Instagram, and she was like, she's always like dress regular, dress regular, dress regular. Then she was going to Beyonce,
And
and
then, boom,
I messaged her. I was like, "How do we talk to each other? I feel unworthy seeing the way she was dressed like and all her friends, they were in this picture. I was like, "Oh my God." It was like a
yeah,
Met Gala. Like they were
mhm,
I was like, "You look amazing. This is
yeah,
crazy." And like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to say you don't always look amazing,
right,
Lauren.
right, right,
If you watch it, I'm just saying it was like out there. It was like next
yeah,
level. And I was like, wow. So yeah, I think
yeah.
the same thing's I don't know if they have the same cultish behavior. Sorry, Taylor fans,
I
it's
think
very
that
cultish.
I think
But
that they do for Beyonce. It's
yeah,
just a different, it's expressed in a different way. I think Beyonce fans, Lady Gaga fans, and Taylor Swift fans, BTS fans, I think they are very intense. And you can I think it's fair to say cultish. I think that's a fair thing, but they are very passionate, intense fans. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Pete says for Queen Bee, it's glittery. You wear glittery things. Yeah. Hmm.
I would
Yeah.
bring up this picture, but it's not my
Yeah.
right to bring up this picture of my friend of how glittery she was.
Yeah.
I was like, her eyes. I was like, you look like a goddess.
That's
What is
amazing.
how are we? Am I allowed to talk to
Why
you?
do I have your number?
Yeah, why am I allowed to talk to you? So yeah, so I think definitely going to be, and I support it. I definitely
Yeah.
think it's going to be more of an event than just going to the theater. I mean, honestly, just like Barbie opening night.
Oh my
You know,
gosh.
Barbie opening night
Dress up.
was a situation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it was for every single time I went to see that movie.
Yeah.
Every single time it was an event for people
Hmm.
who hadn't seen it yet. I mean, I dressed up. I bought all pink stuff.
Yeah.
Not even the pink stuff that I'm wearing. I bought all pink stuff to go see Barbie.
Hmm. I dressed in pink to go see Barbie, and I'm not typically someone who dresses
And
in pink.
Oppenheimer.
Yep.
I mean, samesies. I don't.
Yeah.
Now I'm adding more pink to my thing. Oh, I should have worn my I am Knuff hoodie.
Oh,
I bought the tie dye hoodie.
I love it. I love it. What a great movie.
But yeah.
Oh,
Oh, here we go. Silver and chrome. Beyonce asked her fans to wear silver and chrome. Okay. And
nice.
that's exactly how she was dressed.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I think it's great. I really think it's fantastic because I think anything that allows more fans to not only go, to experience, to be able to see that their favorite performers perform, but also the biggest exciting thing about going to a concert is the culture of the experience together, in my opinion. But I also love
Great.
the crowds at conventions, and I love, I like a shared experience with a big crowd. I enjoy that. So I think it's a
I
great experience. Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Sometimes that sort of crowd mentality can be dangerous.
Sure. Sure.
Something you could talk about during your when
Yeah.
fandoms
When
clash
fandoms
is
collide.
is anyone out there a Philadelphia sports fan like the Eagles? Because Philadelphia, as a person who does not enjoy sports, Philadelphia is one of the worst states in the country. I mean, worst cities in the country.
Uh-huh.
As far as their fans of their sports, for like, man,
Being,
our team won. We're so excited.
let's
Let's
destroy
have a
stuff.
riot. Let's
Oh, they
destroy the
lost.
city.
Let's destroy stuff.
Oh no, yeah. Whether they win or lose, they're like, let's destroy
Destroy.
the whole city. So
Um,
hopefully Swift
wow.
don't get too into. Yeah, yeah. I'm talking to you, Rob. I'm talking to you, Rob, because you know it's true. You know that the Philadelphia Phillies and is terrible. They got the worst sports fans. Just I couldn't even believe it. Anyways, and I don't even like
Yeah.
sports, but I
Mhm.
just wonder how the Swiftie mentality and
Yeah.
the Philly mentality.
Yeah.
It's because she's from Pennsylvania, isn't she? Is she? What? That
Yeah,
just terrifies me.
it's going to be interesting. I do think that, watching how the situation with the NFL has brought the Swifties, like they are just rising and rising. Like even NFL's TikTok account says NFL Taylor's version. And there's been some like really funny, great commercials on like Fox Sports with like Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw talking about the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce connection. I mean, it's very, very funny. But I see it getting so big, and it's like, and then she dropped this thing about registering to vote, and that was massive. And she's just becoming so big that I can see what you're saying. Like this is tying into what you're saying about like Philadelphia fans. Like when you get that many people that passionate and that dedicated, if something doesn't go well, what happens? Now it is Swifties who by nature are like proud. They are very much like, yep, I'm just a basic girl loving my music and I don't care what you think. Like it doesn't matter. They don't tend to be as a group, they don't tend to be intensely scary in that way. They are just like, they don't tend to be violent like a sports fan crowd might be, but who knows what might spark change.
Yeah, like, and here's the thing: NFL might be really, really successful, and now that the Swifties are all getting involved, they're really successful.
Oh
But
my gosh.
they have 3 months tops before the NFL becomes the lowest rated, most hated sport in all of the planet. Like that whole organization has
Yeah.
about 3 months tops. So this one football player whose
Are
name I
you
forget has
are you
all.
saying, I'm going to call you out on this. You're just implying that Taylor Swift and this person aren't going to work out and that it's all going to go to hell. We don't know. Maybe they will. Or maybe they'll date for 5
The
years.
pressure. He's under so much pressure.
He's
Everyone in the
already
NFL is
under so much pressure. Like he's
He's got
qualified.
triple.
Right, but he's qualified to stand pressure based on his NFL career, I think, in the way that maybe freaking Joe Jonas might not have been qualified.
Listen to me. Every major NFL player called him up and was like, "You better not mess this up for the rest of us. You better do whatever she says goes, because we cannot afford to lose everything because of you." That's too much pressure.
Pete says Swifties aren't violent; they're passive aggressive.
Which is so much worse.
This reminds me of a joke. Hold on. What is the definition of passive aggressive? You know what? Never mind.
I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine. Forget it.
Okay, I like it. So, anyways.
Okay. So that's news item number 1. I missed you. This was fun.
Listen, I can get aggressive, but I'll never take you. And you're passive aggressive. But anyways, what's news item number 2? You take us through this. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Item number two. I think this kind of goes in the scope of things being so big, so intensely huge in scope that it's like, is it too big? Are there consequences to that? Have we jumped the shark as humanity? You know what I mean?
Yes.
The next one is
my answer is yes to that. Yes.
The Sphere in Las Vegas. Did you see the video about the Sphere in Las Vegas? Do you know what the Sphere in Las Vegas is? Do you guys know what the Sphere is?
I did not know. So for everyone who's out there, I also did not know what it was until Autumn's like, "Hey, did you hear about the Sphere?" And I'm like, "No, what's the Sphere?" And so then I look up the Sphere and I see the video of the Sphere, and what a nightmare. And
Daniel,
you know what?
Do we have a picture or video? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what is that? I mean, that's really cool.
Okay, so that's from the inside. And from the outside is this big dome that has screens on it. So the entire dome is a piece of, I don't know, installation art, but it's massive.
Yeah, it's like the biggest planetarium in the world.
Yeah, except it's all high res, it's like 8K.
Yeah, but it's the outside of the dome that's more concerning to me. Did you see? Did you watch Silicon Valley?
No. Oh, by the way, Toy Quest, how's it going?
Hi, Toy Quest. I don't want to, too bad. It's been over for a few years. So spoilers.
Okay.
There's this one part where there's this big thing happening in the desert, and this guy wants to have a virtual version of him. He's the guy who's paying for it. But something happens with the code, and this virtual version of him just becomes this gigantic, like multi-story, 100-story version of a virtual reality thing, and planes can see it as they're going by. So, that's true.
Well, Parker says, "I wish I could see this concert inside a basketball." Yeah, can we put that picture back up again, Daniel?
Yeah.
This is from the inside.
I could really enjoy seeing who would have the best concert here?
Who?
Tool. Tool would have the.
That's so weird. Okay, I know. Yes, you're not the first person that has said that. And I feel
they have the craziest visual show.
Yeah, they have super.
No.
Yeah, that's the scope of it. Look at it next to the other buildings.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
massive.
It's the outside part that I don't love, because I think it's an eyesore.
Yeah, I think it's visual pollution. Like, I think it's massive. And the thing is, the inside of it, that gives me a little bit of existential anxiety. Like, that's too big. It's too all-encompassing. And then I've seen video footage of it where it's like moving and all this stuff is happening. I think I would get overstimulated and get a little freaked out. I don't know if you can tell by my personality, but I can get overstimulated by a lot of big graphics like that. I think it'd be a little scary to me. I don't know how else to put it, but it just looks too intense.
I could see that as being a thing, but the thing is that not every experience has to be had by every single person. That's something that bothers me when someone's like, "Well, did you think about me when you do?" Well, it's not for you.
Yeah.
Whatever your thing is, whatever your personal.
Yeah. Where do you look?
Uh,
And there's no escape.
everywhere. You
Yeah,
look
there's
everywhere.
no, yeah. And I think if Tool were to have, like, they have those intense graphics, like, if I don't like it, all I can do is just, like, wait for it to be over. Doesn't sound fun.
That's
It
what you
sounds
do.
intense.
This is when I watched. Okay, so whatever. When I watched Tool the first time in concert, it was
Yeah.
at the end of Lollapalooza. They were the second to last band of the night, and I had a flashback. So emotional. So I was having a flashback watching Tool, and let me tell you, it was one of the most intense and emotional experiences. I had to close my eyes because there
Oh
was
my
so
God.
much going on, and I
Right.
love watching them. But
So you think don't you think in that environment where it's all around you, don't you think I don't know. Me personally, I would be a little freaked out, I think.
you might, and you know what? I think that experience would not be for you. Someone who gets
Yeah. Yeah.
overstimulated.
Yeah.
You know,
It wouldn't for me unless I was sitting in a very specific like place where I don't know. But yeah, I think for some people,
with a
but I think
hat,
for some people it's fantastic.
you
Like
just wear a little
horse
square.
blinders.
There's a little,
Horse blinders.
and you just look at the stage.
Yeah,
And you
100%.
have a
Yeah.
neck brace so you can't
Yeah.
turn. So it's just
And I
like,
feel like maybe I should have just not come.
yeah, exactly. Maybe I should
Maybe
have
this
just
isn't for
knocked it.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like what you said, like not everything is for everyone. And if you don't like it, you can not go, look, I'm not going right now. It's really easy. You're
yeah.
also not going.
And I'm not doing mean to be insulting, but there's a lot of
Yeah,
times where people are asking about, you know,
why something
um,
exists.
why something, like accessibility situations and other things that are just
Mm-hmm.
not like not everybody has to experience every
Mm-hmm.
situation. If you're a
Yeah.
person who gets mentally overstimulated, then
Yeah.
they don't need to change their concert
Yeah.
to do you just don't go.
Can, can we talk about when you do try to make something that is for everyone? You get the band that performed the opening night.
Yeah, my nightmare. I
By the way, you guys, no shade. No, it is shade. U2 was the band that performed.
100% shade from me to whoever is like, wow, you too. You know who would be a great follow up? Billy Joel or Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, shade. I've got buckets of it for you back here. Buckets.
So
I'm not
you
nice
know
like
that
that.
the motto of Fandom Social is love what you love, and like we don't judge
Yeah,
people
I'm
for loving what
kidding.
they love, but
I know.
as Robert
It's
says, U2 sure is a band.
Listen, Autumn. You know that I have a brand to protect.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
part of your brand. I'm a guest,
you're
and
not.
my brand is to
Yeah,
throw all this,
and I can
comedic
respect your
negativity.
brand. I'll
Thank
respect
you.
your brand. Yeah, you're a
Thank you.
brand of disrespecting other people's loves and likes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
respect it.
What'd you have for breakfast today? Was it good? It sucked.
It's stupid. Oh,
Uh,
you like cereal? Name all of them.
they've all, and you probably don't. I don't know if you've watched Metalocalypse, but like that
Uh-uh.
reminds me of when I went to Finland and I went to the record store. I wanted to
Yeah.
experience that. I went to a death metal record store because
Okay.
in Metalocalypse, the guy at the counter is like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, I want to get this record." Oh, you like that? I hate
Oh,
it. I hate it. And I was so expecting that, but they were so nice. I was like, "Damn it!" But anyways,
yeah.
that's me. I'm the guy at the record store. Oh, you really like it? I hate it.
Luna says, remember that time YouTube forced everyone to download their album for free? Yes. It was like the Apple update, iPhone update, and it was just installed and you couldn't uninstall it.
Yeah,
It
that's
was like
terrorism. That is assault.
corporate rock terrorism.
Yes, exactly. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
but yes,
Okay.
there you go.
What do you want to talk about? Item number 3, or do you want to skip to item number 4? We've got about 15 minutes. I think we can cover one more. What do you want to talk about?
Uh, Item number 4 brings out a lot of emotions in me. Item
Let's
number
do it.
3, I feel okay talking about, but number 4, I'm
No,
very
let's do
emotional.
4 then. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. All right, so there are 2 new categories that are going to be presented at the Golden Globes.
You
And
love the Golden Globes and all award shows.
I love all awards shows. One of them is Box Office Achievement, and the other is stand-up comics.
Wait, it's even worse than box. First of all,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's skip to the one that doesn't upset us. I'm a
Stand-up
category
comics.
stand-up comics. Should they have a Golden Globe? And that would be stand-up comics because now it seems like a par for the course that there's a million stand-up comedy specials on the streaming platforms, especially Netflix.
Right.
So like,
especially because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, so that was stand-up comedians' bread and butter was live performances, and no one could go.
Yeah.
So all of these specials happened.
Yeah. So I think, sure, I have no problem with a stand-up comedian putting a show together, putting it out. That's art. That's science. That's skill. That's talent. That's everything that it takes. It's a performance. So like, sure. That's fine. Anyone in disagreement? Anyone here thinks stand-up comics should not be a Golden Globe Award? Let us know. You're wrong, but let us know. Okay. Then there's the other topic. And the actual category is best. Hold on. Best.
Open that article.
Yeah, here it is. Okay. The article said best. Here it is. Cinematic and box office achievement. Meaning, what they said was the first new prize is Golden Globe for Cinematic and Box Office Achievement. Eligible nominees will be among the year's highest earning or most seen feature films that also deliver creative excellence.
So
noise. Like,
so here's an award, right? Here's the Golden Globe for Best Picture. Cool. There's your cinematic achievement. Best Picture. Oh, Best Picture or Best Cinematography or Best Writing or Best Adaptation.
Editing.
It's all a Best Cinematic Achievement. We've broken it down into all the categories, unless, like Ricky Gervais says, the show is way too long. You just want to give one away and just be like Best Cinematic Achievement? Cool. I'm good.
Done and done.
15 minutes.
So the question is, let's just first talk about box office achievement. My take is, isn't your box office take your achievement? Why do you need to be celebrated? You got the money. That's your prize. You made the most money. Right. That's your prize. You don't need a Dundee on top of your prize.
It's double dipping. So here, so this goes back to the main thing, Autumn. And what is the main thing? That award shows mean nothing. These people are bribed. These people just want to hang out with celebrities. That's my favorite part about the Golden Globes is Ricky Gervais mentally destroying rich people. Oh, you guys are just better than everyone, aren't you? We're all better people. We just live better lives. Oh, we're millionaires who get to go to millionaire
Let's reward ourselves.
Let's pat ourselves in the back with awards and then get a free gift bag. I'm sorry, I'm going full out. In Los Angeles, in Hollywood, people are just homeless, living in tents. I cannot even, there's just tent cities everywhere. But don't worry, the Golden Globes will remind you of how poor everybody is with how rich all of them are. And you know what? They can all, I'm going to stop right there.
Since when do you need a separate trophy for how much money you made? Like, your money is your trophy.
You've already got the money. You've already got the money. You've already got the money, Disney. You've already got the money, Warner Brothers. Oh, congratulations, you're 100 years old. Get out of here.
So now, we've already talked about how much do we all, anyone here disagree, because you'd be wrong, that having an award for box office achievement is stupid, redundant, pointless. Then, on top of that, the category is actually not just box office achievement, it's cinematic and box office achievement. So let's talk about that. Are we saying, okay, so what they said exactly was, eligible nominees will be the year's highest or most seen feature films that also deliver creative excellence. So what they're going to say is, let's say you make a Sharknado and it makes more money than anybody else, but you're not going to win it because they don't think it was good, even though it made money. Like,
so it's like it has to be good. Again,
and popular.
It has to be good and popular. Like, stop it. Stop it. Okay, and Steve Norris says the Golden Globes are given by the foreign press. Okay, no, it's given by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, which is just a bunch of rich old people who want to hang out with celebrities and they feel cool. That's literally all it is. And also, Rob, your world's best Uncle Mug feels less hollow. Less hollow than the best cinematic achievement.
Yeah, Laura says the cinematic achievement element is just to attempt to justify the box office part. And it's so dumb. Maybe they want to take these Star Wars and these Marvel movies and separate them out so that other films can win, like smaller films can. Maybe they want to give smaller films best picture. I don't know. It's so dumb.
But the whole thing with giving smaller films Best Picture is that Marvel movies don't normally get nominated because Marvel movies are pretty much terrible. But now they want to get all these Marvel movies and these Star Wars movies and Twilight movies because they want to hang out with Chris Evans. They want to hang out with all these people. So they're like, oh, man, I really want to hang out with David Tennant, but he wasn't in any artsy films. But he was in Star Wars.
You're right. They want to bring these because Marvel was a money machine. The MCU was a money-making machine, but didn't get nominated, with the exception of like Black Panther got some nominations, but the rest of them, for the most part, with like some other smaller categories, didn't get nominated. But you're right, they want those huge name stars in their event to get audiences to watch. So therefore, they're going to have this new, hey, it's a blockbuster like the Star Wars movies and the Marvel. It's just Star Wars and Marvel category, basically. The Star Wars films and the Marvel categories.
They want to hang out with a bunch of blue avatars. That's what they want to do. They want to hang out with some avatars. But oh wow, you guys are so cool, because they want people who don't watch foreign language films and whatever. Yeah. It's just more reasons for famous people to get in a room and be like, because wow,
more people you're great.
Yeah, they could sell more toilet paper.
Years ago, Endgame came out, if they were eligible for this award and they had all the Avengers there in the theater to be there, they would have had a lot more people watching the show, and that is why they want to do this. We've cracked the code.
I mean, it really isn't that hard. Again, it all comes down to these are greedy people who are self-important and they just want to see cooler people at their table. Yeah. They're a bunch of nerds who just want the cool kids to see.
They want the cool kids there so they can get the viewers, because fewer and fewer people are watching these award shows.
Yeah, no one cares.
And that's the only way to get people to watch them, is so that they can see freaking Chris Evans sitting at a table with Robert Downey Jr.
For everyone who got mad at Martin Scorsese for saying, Marvel movies are a circus, not cinema. For all those people who don't watch the show, they're like, I'm not going to watch it because Marvel is the cream of the crop.
Luna back up. It wasn't difficult. Look, you guys, let me get my W's where I can find them, okay?
No,
if I can grab the low-hanging fruit, and I'd like to congratulate myself on doing so. Thanks.
But let me tell you, it's crazy. I hate award shows in general. If Ricky Gervais is the only reason I was watching them.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to come to my Golden Globes party this year?
If Ricky Gervais is hosting, yes.
Yeah.
If I can watch someone be mean to a famous person, absolutely. Yeah.
Robert Kutcher says, I've updated my board with the appropriate red string and thumbtacks. Mine would be like a line from point A to point B, and I would be so excited that I cracked the code.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. More people will watch.
Listen, it is actually, a good A/B, because like we weren't thinking Marvel movies, we were thinking box office hits and box office smashes. But like, what was the big box office win this year? So obviously we're not focused that way. It wasn't a Star Wars movie. It wasn't a Marvel movie. The big box office was Barbie, which was actually a fantastic, intelligent, very well made movie. Not just, not just a Marvel.
And anybody who hasn't seen it will never believe that.
No, they won't. They won't. People who refuse to see it won't believe it. But it was an excellently written, excellently performed, and hilarious film, and very emotional film. So that was the biggest blockbuster financially. It wasn't a Marvel movie. It wasn't a Star Wars movie. So for that to get nominated, for you and me are like, okay, well, why wouldn't it just get nominated on its own merits? But it's on those
Right.
off years where we have,
Yeah.
you know, Aquaman 2 coming out. You know, they want Jason Momoa.
They want Jason Momoa sitting there. Yeah, and that's how they're
Yeah.
going to get them.
Yes, they do.
I
They
love it.
do. Ugh. I mean, I would also actually probably create that category just to hang out with Jason Momoa now that I'm thinking about it.
I'll create that category. Yeah, for our award show that we do for this. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Autumn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we covered it. We did it.
We did it. We did it.
What do you think?
So I'm looking at what Paul gave us for the show, and he had a little segment, how to kill time this weekend, things to do this weekend. And he gave us this little line of dialogue. Do you want to say it? Do you see it?
Where is it?
How to kill time this weekend.
How to
That's
kill
the
time this
title.
weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's our intro for this segment?
Okay. And this is very relatable to me because it's been an onslaught of Jewish holidays. So,
Okay.
are you sick and tired of your dumb family? Here's some stuff that's more entertaining than them. Thank you, Paul.
Basically, some stuff to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Starting off with one that's on my list, but I kind of want to wait for a friend
Never
that
be on
wants
my
to
list.
is The Exorcist Believer, which is there's been a lot of Exorcist movies that'll like tie into it that aren't great, but this is almost like this is a one of these 30-year later, or what is this, 50-year later sequels? What is it, 70s, 80s, 90s? I don't know, 50 years, 40s? I can't do math.
Ignore the Fandom Social Aqua Awards.
I like it.
I like it. That's ours now. We stole it. Thanks.
We stole it. Thanks. We created it. The Exorcist Believer is on my list. I just have to wait for my friend. Hey Sharon, come on, get back from the Bahamas. This is more important. What's next?
The Creator. What is that? The Creator.
So The Creator is a movie.
Okay.
I've already seen it.
What is it?
That's my review.
Okay.
It was I think it's the director of Rogue One did it.
Oh yeah, and the posters are kind of willfully deceiving people into thinking it's a Star Wars movie.
Yes, I have the poster right there because they gave it to me on opening night. I saw it, and
okay, it's a movie.
It's a movie. Great visual effects.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's all I got
the next is Saw 10 or Saw X. I will not be watching it to keep my streak of 1 through 9. Keeping it solid. Yeah.
Just keep it. So wait, you did not see Saw?
I've never seen Saw. I would never see Saw. There we go.
But did you watch the Jason Momoa Apple TV show with all the blind people? It was called See. I saw See, but I didn't see Saw. See, I could bring them too. I could bring these terrible.
I think that was people. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Hocus Pocus, the 30th anniversary is playing at AMC this weekend. Fun fact, I have never seen that movie. I was never the right age for that. Like, was that my thing?
I was. No, actually, I wasn't. I was probably on that cusp.
Yeah.
We were too busy being rebels. Am I right?
Yeah, being cool.
Call back to your shirt.
Such rebels.
Call back to your shirt. Hocus Pocus, the 30th. So I didn't watch it.
Steve also said, aren't we the same age, Steve? I feel like we were the wrong age for this movie.
It was just outside of my age group, and I tried watching it as an adult, and I hated it. Also, never saw The Sandlot.
I love The Sandlot. That one, as a parent, I watched. I know, but my kids were like into it, and we would watch it over and over again. It was just kind of a summertime staple. We would just watch it again. Surreal Estate, season 2, reality TV. What is Surreal Estate? House hunters, but with haunted houses.
Oh, I would.
I am in. Okay.
Would you buy it? Would you buy a haunted house?
No, I would not buy a haunted house.
Would you buy a house by a cemetery?
I have lived by a very old cemetery where all the tombstones are from like the 1800s. I did live by it. And I am both. These things are equally true, even though they don't go together. I do not believe in ghosts, and I'm very, very scared of ghosts.
See,
I know.
I do not believe in ghosts, and I don't give a
I'm very
shit
scared of them.
about ghosts.
And I'm
I
scared
did
of
my curse.
I don't I love it. I
My
would
one
never
curse.
go into a house. You did your curse. I would never go to a place that is supposed to be haunted, but I would go near it. I would I want to go to the place and see like, oh, it's haunted in there, but I'm not going in because I'm afraid of them. But I watch the heck out of the reality shows like the Ghost Hunters, not Ghost Hunters International because they annoyed me for some reason, but Ghost Hunters. I've seen every episode of it and I love it. So Surreal Estate, yeah. Thank you, Paul, for that hot tip. I will watch the heck out of that.
Okay. I would.
Next. So excited about the next
one. Are you excited about Loki season 2?
I am. I love
That's
Loki.
on right now. It's on.
Gotta go. Bye.
Okay. I love to say it's on like it's regular television. It started streaming today.
I missed it. It was on at 6.
Missed it. The rerun will be on tomorrow. Don't worry.
I'll get my VCR ready and set the alarm or set the not the alarm. Set it. You could set it. You could. Yeah, but it was called something. Program it. Program your VCR.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
Loki.
Yeah.
Loki starts today, and then of course, Our Flag Means Death. Season 2 began as well.
Yes.
I believe it started today or Wednesday.
Yeah.
And guess what?
I loved that one.
I'm going to New York Comic Con, and I'm doing a lot of photo. I'm doing a lot of photo ops, and one of the photo ops I'm doing is with the cast of Our Flag Means Death.
No, really?
It's not Taika; he's not there, but Reese Darby's going to be there, and Gracie. Shout out to Gracie, Sideshow Arprints, had crocheted me a Steed and Ed pair of dolls. So I'm going to bring them there and have like Steed make them kiss while the rest of us go, oh, while we're watching. That's one of my photo things that I'm doing in New York Comic Con.
I first met you at New York Comic Con in person.
Yeah. I know.
It was so fun.
You would not stop hitting on me. It was very uncomfortable, especially because you're my boss.
So embarrassing.
What's the last thing?
Oh, the last one. Okay, now that is a music festival streaming live, I think, on Hulu. I looked at the lineup of artists. The Austin City Limits Music Festival. It is this weekend, and it's aclfestival.com. Austin City Limits Festival.com. The lineup is fantastic. I see a lot of people I'm very excited to see. Very, very. Noah Kahan, I love him. Mount Joy, I love them. There's a lot of people that I'm very excited. I'm absolutely going to stream that this weekend.
The Mumford & Sons is great. The most morbid time will be had on Saturday because 30 Seconds to Mars frontman Jared Leto, Morbius himself, will be performing. He's morbing out on Saturday, so that's when you're going to really want to tune in.
Everything needs more Huey Lewis. Come on, that's just like a given.
True story. When I went to go see Death Clock, I was on a train full of people, and I was like, man, these women are dressed very pretty for a Death Clock show. Me assuming that everyone's going to Death Clock. But no, they were going to see Cigarettes After Sex, which is a band that's playing on Sunday.
Yeah.
So they have very
great.
M83. M83. I would totally get into that.
Great ones.
Yeah. Side piece.
Teskey Brothers. I love Teskey Brothers. So good.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, they're great. Go check them out.
I will check them out. But I just, when I think of Austin City Limits, I think of the man, the myth, the legend, Stevie Ray Vaughan, who was on so much cocaine that the sweat coming off him was amazing. But Jimmy Vaughan, his brother Jimmy Vaughan, and the Tilt-A-Whirl Band is playing. So.
Well, this is fantastic. Thank you, Paul, for this great list of stuff to do this weekend, all in front of the screen. My favorite thing to do, just sit and entertainment will come to me. I love it.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Live music, but you're not at the concert. It's happening all over.
I wonder if there's a place where Austin City Limits Music Festival is going to be in theaters and you can go watch it live.
I wonder.
Is this going to be the new thing? I don't know. Well, we did it. We did a show. Alex, thank you.
We did. It was so great. Seeing you Shayna
Fun.
Punnam again on
I
TV.
know. I
On the
miss you.
TV.
It was so fun. It was so fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Our next episode is going to be next Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So Pacific, Eastern, 9 p.m. And we are going to be doing our deep dive topics when fandoms collide. I am super excited to talk about that one.
Now, are they colliding or are they clashing?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how many of these disparate fandoms. I'm interested to find out. We're still doing research on this, but how many of these really opposite types of fandoms have come together harmoniously in a way that like unexpected and they had and everybody enjoyed it and it was great. Like the most of the ones I can think of, there were some animosity there. There were some feelings. People were all up in their feelings about it. So
Science and sports. Think about Peter B. Parker when Mary Jane made a football reference. She reminded him it's a football reference, and he said, "I understand that it's a sports reference. I've watched sports." And he's like, "She's like, you're such a nerd." There you go, science and football as well as Taylor Swift and football.
I don't know if science fans got all up in their feelings about science being mentioned in a Marvel movie. Just saying.
Oh no, I was saying in sport.
Thank you.
But what if a sports person was like, "Oh, so like the chemical composition," and then all those science fans were like, "Ugh."
All the science
botany.
fans. I love it. You mean scientists?
No, not scientists. Correct me if I'm wrong, people in the audience. Are there not people who are fans of science that are not scientists?
Sure. Yeah, you're right. Like there are definitely sciences.
Yeah, sciences, science, or fans. Science's version. I don't know. I can't do this anymore. I don't know how to do things.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, jump into our Facebook group, Fandom Socialites. That is our official home away from home when we are not on this show. We would love to have you. We also would love you to. Thank you so much, Daniel. Like, comment, and subscribe to this stream that you are on right now. And go to our website, fandomsocial.com, where we definitely don't keep that up to date, but I'm working on it. And you can see all the latest and greatest things that we are up to. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us. And love what you love, like what you like. Alex won't let you do that. So as soon as the show is over, then you're allowed to do that.
You could do whatever you want.
Too, and then you can't like
and Billy Joel and Bruce Springsteen.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.